Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys a little bit about getting more FPS and escape from Tarkov. Since Tarkov is not a perfectly optimized engine, nor is it set for the highest rated performance, the best thing you can do is fix these settings and or mess with these settings to see how they affect your computer. And just remember to do these one at a time because they can vary depending on your system. When you're running high FOV, sometimes there's a bug where the scopes won't render properly, or even like you can have FPS issues. So I'm just messing with my FOV, just trying to test what I like. You don't have to, but you know, that's something worth trying. Now onto the graphics. The VSync and the NVIDIA low latency, whatever the fuck this is, I would recommend having that off because I was testing it in a raid and it just felt wonky. It did not feel good. And also, for those of you asking how you change your aspect ratio, you just do it here. Don't do it on the screen resolution because your game's gonna look like horseshit. So I would much rather do your native resolution. For you, if it's 1080p, do 1920 by 1080, and 1440p, then yeah, you do it here. And then this is where you change it. So you have all these options to mess through, things like that. And secondly, I would not recommend turning on the Streets of Tarkov low resolution thingy. It obviously, like I said earlier in the video, it just depends. For some systems, it seems to be working fine, but for me, I turned this off and I gained like a little bit more FPS. Like I'm getting like consistent 90s in some areas of Streets and like up to like 120 in some areas. So it did help a shit ton because before I was like stuck on like 50, 60 only with this stupid setting on and this on, and I turned it off. And like across the board for most maps, I'm pushing like 110 plus on like every map right now. Well, obviously with the exclusion of like labs and factory, but most maps where they're a lot more open, this has helped a shit ton. And then some streamers I've seen recommend they run like 4 or whatever the fuck this is. I just run both of these to low just so I have consistency, because like for people when they play Streets, because of how bad the FPS is, they just run it like as low as possible. So I don't know, I just recommend turning this low. And then if you can, run your textures high, because if you're running your your LOD really low and your textures high, you can see loot like kind of pop out through the floor, because like the newspapers and things like that will look like absolute horse shit. So any real loot you can grab kind of has like a pop out effect to it. I don't know, I could be retarded, but at least for me, that's what seems to work. So for me personally, I don't run post effects because it just feels weird. And then on my NVIDIA control panel settings, I run just like standard. I don't have anything oversaturated or anything like that, because I care about color accuracy. Now, again, depending on if you want to, you can. It's just personal preference for this. It takes like maybe a few frames, but you don't have to. I'm pretty sure binaural audio works fine, so I would recommend having it on. But then again, up to you. Just make sure you're testing these. And if you do, just test them one by one. Don't just change all of these and then come to the comments and saying that I fucked up your FPS. Please just do these one at a time and be patient. And lastly, I would recommend you do this. Go to your Tarkov and right click the escape from Tarkov exe. Then you left click to properties. You go to your compatibility and then go to change settings for all users. Do change high DPI settings. Do override it and do system enhanced. System enhanced just allows you to have like absolutely no smoothing on your mouse. It feels really good if you want to like just fine tune your sensitivity so you're just more accurate with everything, regardless of like if you're sniping, pistols, whatever the fuck the case is. This, at least for me, it feels like it's just been amazing. It's a lot smoother, and then I feel like I'm actually controlling the fucking recoil versus the fart blast before, where like if you would tap, it would just kind of go everywhere. I don't know, it feels really good. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, make sure to just leave them below in the comments. I'll try to answer as many as I can. And that'll be it. Thank you all so much, and I shall see you all later.
Big booty fellas is the regimen. I would never settle for the feminine. I might eat his booty for a Benjamin, but I give a discount cause I'm a gentleman. Every time I'm looking on the television, underrepresented, get these traits out my face. Cause who in Hollywood be making all these decisions? Always men with the women, there's a time and a place.